kick some ass.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to Kickin' Ass with Jesse
and Andy.
Brought to you by American Barbell Club.
This is a very special podcast because this is going to be a 1 month thing. Every month, we're going to watch one match or one card.
One episode.
Of Monday Night Nitro, starting with the first one, which starts with number 69.
In 1997. Right?
Of 1997, yes. It's just the year 1997. Don't give us, we're not looking for requests. We're only going to do Nitros of 1997. And it is not great.
I was going to say, like, you basically made me watch this episode.
Yeah.
I wasn't a WCW guy. I wasn't an NWA guy when I was a kid. I was purely WWF. You owe me 2 hours of my life back for making me watch episode 69.
This is going to be very talked about. This is going to be one of the best podcasts. I got a lot of notes. We do have a special guest today.
We got ideas. We got special guests.
Special guest today is WCW Nitro historian expert, Wes Profrock.
That's correct. Thanks for having me, guys.
Well, like we said, you got Bigfoot experts, you got ghost experts, basically experts on stuff that doesn't even fucking exist. So why can't you have?
These are guys that just give themselves some sort of entitlement.
Yeah, just something that's never been proven.
We're giving Wes the entitlement of he's an expert and professional. He's
professional expert.
He's a professional expert on Monday Night Nitros. WCW. But what would you say? Like, what made you love WCW Monday Night Nitro?
Ming.
Yeah. King Haku, aka
100%.
Ming. Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna do this. We do also have Lee Marshall. We have
Puff Marshall.
It's going to be Puff Marshall.
Puff Marshall's going to be calling in later.
Give us the road report.
Should we explain the Lee Marshall gimmick first?
No.
Okay.
Here's the thing. We're gonna give you the tips as soon as this is done. When the episode's coming up that we're gonna do the Nitro episode, we're gonna tell you to watch it, and then throw some questions at us. I threw like a message up last night. We did 6 hours. Me and Puff watched 6 hours of Wrestle Kingdom yesterday, and then after I did Aubrey Sitterson's Straight Shoot podcast, like directly after it.
So like 8 hours of wrestling day.
Yeah. So I threw a tweet up last night at like 11 p.m. that just basically said, "Hey, we're gonna do this." Wes actually has like handwritten notes.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's
skip out.
That's what an expert does.
Yeah, because he's an expert.
He's got 2 sheets.
2 sheets. I really appreciate, too, you guys letting me use the Del Wilkes microphone here.
The American flag microphone.
Yeah, the Patriot.
Of course.
Very nice of you.
But we all have notes, and we all watched it. So even Kevin Bennett watched it.
Oh, you did watch it, Kev?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Except for the last match, though.
Well, it wasn't a match, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You cheated yourself.
Yeah, you really cheated yourself on that one. So it's episode 69, 1997, WCW Nitro. What was the hot opener?
Well, I have a lot of notes here.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
The best thing in the open, I hope, is this in anyone's note? The fact that Shivani says, "We are still the #1 wrestling show on Earth."
Yeah,
oh, really?
I like the Millennium reference, too. It's 1997, but you're talking about 2000.
Yeah.
We're taking it strong into 2000.
Yeah.
Got 3 years there.
I should have fact-checked this. Was this... They always throw that statistic out there of like it was like 80-some weeks that WCW beat Raw in the ratings. Was this during that time?
I think it's getting there.
I would say it's still too early.
Yeah? Because, they had Hollywood Hogan and
this
stuff
is basically why I wanted to do 97, because I think this is where they took over. I think 97 is where they took over.
Well, you just liked it because it's the wild, like you call it, the Wild Wild West.
Oh, dude, there's definitely not even say matches. There's definitely segments where like Nash, like all the bullies were like, all right, we're gonna do our shit here, and then there's definitely the Jim Powers, Hugh Morris matches where it's just like, look, we got to make up some time. Like, please go out there and just do something. And the thing that's wild is the reason why I wanted to do it. I got the idea when I was watching one from like a random one from 97, or I think it was like either 97 or late 96, and like Hector Guerrero just shows up on it.
Yeah.
And he's just like, not, they don't make a big deal out of it at all. It's just like Hector Guerrero is wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, not the great Hector Guerrero.
Yeah, he just showed up.
They just like, he wrestled a match.
Well, it's like the perfect definition, I think, is the opening match. Like you're saying, the Wild Wild West, it's Glacier versus Bobby Eaton.
Yeah.
like beautiful Bobby Eaton is the jobber.
I could probably do an entire podcast on Glacier.
It's like I said, like the Wild Wild West. Like there it is right there.
I mean, okay. So like WWE at that time is doing stuff like, at that time, like Stone Cold's still the ringmaster.
Okay, because I actually wanted to. I didn't have time, but I wanted to watch the Raw at the same time and see what they had going on at this point. Because, like I said, for me, I was totally Raw.
Yeah, I don't think Stone Cold existed yet. I don't think Stone Cold was like Stone Cold yet. I still think he was like the ringmaster at the time.
You know what? You know what it was for me was like you guys were getting all hyped up, like listening to the intro song to Nitro and stuff like that. It's weird to me. Like it doesn't excite me because like I think what it was when I was a kid. When I watched WWF, and then when I turned on WCW, like it looked like Canadian television. Do you know when you turn something on and you're like, oh, this is Canadian? You can just tell in like 30 seconds. That's what it looked like to me. I don't know why. That's why like watching this episode, it just looks really like everything's so outdated. Like it's not like that's dude.
See, I liked the live element. Because at this point, WWF was taped.
Yeah.
Nitro wasn't live.
He's an expert.
So, that's the live element is a very good point.
And the big, stealing the fans thing was WCW would read off the matches and who won on Raw to try to get you from watching Raw.
Which was, I don't think that really helped them, though, did it?
I think it did.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, if you knew... hey, Mankind was going over, blah, blah,
like,
blah.
I feel like I remember watching all like the Monday Night War stuff. Mm-hmm. They said like that was like a last ditch effort thing on like WCW's part.
They did it when they were hot, though.
Did they? Yeah, because I remember they did it when Foley won the title.
Right.
That was like the big one.
Yeah.
So the first match is Glacier versus Bobby Eaton.
And now when I say outdated, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean,
WWF didn't have guys. WWF didn't have guys in the ring that looked like Bobby Eaton at the time.
Listen, Bobby Eaton wasn't outdated because he was Bobby Eaton on this broadcast. He was updated for 97.
Yeah, that's true. So 16-year-old me was just like, who the fuck is this guy?
It's
Bobby. He's new.
To me, it's kind of insane though, because if you like went in the past 5 years, like if you went from 1997 back 5 years, Bobby Eaton was like one of the main draws.
He's the fucking man
of WCW. I mean, he was part of Midnight Express. So like, this is why 97 is so crazy to me, because it's seriously just a huge wave that just keeps washing people away.
Yeah,
and washing other people back in. Glacier, if you break down Glacier as it's a Southern brother who like
is he Southern?
Yeah, was trained by the power
plant. Yeah.
And then just out of nowhere, they're like, start doing karate, man. Like, we need you to go take some karate classes. We got this, like, gimmick. We're going to do, like, kind of like a Sub-Zero thing. It's going to be hot. Like, it's going to be hot. We're going to give you snow. We're going to give you this random-ass helmet to come out in.
That was because I think it was Bischoff's idea, was they want, like, they did Mortis. Like, they wanted to do, like, a Mortal Kombat thing.
But at first, it was just Glacier. I wish we were at fucking Mortis.
It's coming.
Wrath, because, okay. So, I didn't take one thing away from that match. I like watched it, and I like the only note I have is, well, Glacier was something. It literally says Glacier was something. It was like Southern bumping to like a dude throwing kicks, and it was. Which one of my favorite matches is Glacier versus the Gambler. Oh, because it's so embellished. It's amazing.
Like I just picked up like the finish was real weird. I'm pretty sure Glacier like hit his finish, but then they ended up in the ropes, and he like goes to cover him, but he's like not kicking, so they're just kind of laying there, and then like they obviously fixed it, but like it was very strange, which is weird for a hot opener.
Yeah, like it was almost like the ref wouldn't count it, like they were too close to the ropes, so the ref
and like Eaton was like picking his shoulders up, and it was just like
was it Mark Curtis? I feel like Mark Curtis was the ref at every match.
Yeah, he was.
Curtis.
I think there was just him and one other guy.
Yeah.
When you and I first watched this match,
Yeah.
when you now are saying you want 2 hours of your life back, which is insane to me.
You're wrong.
Mark Curtis looks like a guy that is constantly smoking outside.
Yeah.
Like you constantly, any door that leads to an exit, he's probably on the other side smoking.
Ripping a grit.
Yeah, he looks like a guy that constantly smokes.
We used to do the Mark Curtis, or I think Mark Hildebrand is his real name. We used to do the Mark memorial event in Cincinnati for his family because there was something wrong with his stomach. That's why he was so tiny, and he was like, everyone in the wrestling business like loved that dude. He was like the man.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So that was the only note you made of the Glacier match.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What about the expert?
I made note about the finish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bobby Eaton taking Black Mass twice is.
Yeah, taking Black Mass.
Sorry, Tommy.
eating a black mass.
Yeah, he Aleister Blacked his ass.
Yeah, sorry.
At the end.
And then I just wrote this match was a lesson in awkwardness.
Yes.
So.
And you're a historian, so
Yeah.
Then I have talking segment. The only thing I took away from it is the fact that they were really putting over the fact that Roddy Piper was not part of WCW.
Yeah, I remember them talking about that a lot.
They pulled him in, we need someone to battle the NWO. So he just showed up to beat ass.
Yeah,
he wasn't a part of WCW.
This comes up later. They showed a clip from the week before of Piper, and it was 10 minutes. It was 10 minutes long.
Yeah. Okay.
But, second.
Yeah. So then this is what I mean by the Wild West. Anything is going on. So, again, on paper, break down Conan. He's a Puerto Rican guy that made his name in Mexico. And in this match, they make it a point to go, this is a Mexican strap match. So you have a Puerto Rican guy who's a master of a Mexican strap match going against Big Boss Man / Ray. Is it Ray Taylor? It's Big Bubba.
They call him Big Bubba, yeah.
At this point.
Where, by the way, wearing he had zero wrestling gear on. He had a sleeveless NWO shirt on, leather pants, and high-tech boots, which is perfect.
The notes, I just got an email that my high-tech boots are in the mail, by the way. These are the notes I have. So, Conan, part of Dungeon and Doom, ? He came out with
Jimmy Hart.
Yeah, so he was part of Dungeon and Doom at the time. Very weird because he doesn't look like that. His weird, we talked about this, his weird elbow pads that never were on his elbows, always by his hands by the end of the match. They kind of did something with Michael Wall Street, and at this point in time, this is a later note that I'm going to pull up, is the fact that at that time, if you were trying to pull a badass gimmick, you wore black Guess jeans. Everyone,
it was Guess jeans.
It was always black Guess jeans.
I remember at one point it was Tommy Hilfiger.
Oh yeah. This is a couple years.
That came in later. Yeah.
The thing that I have nothing about Big Bubba at this time screams badass. He has a fupa. He's wearing leather pants. I mean, he looks insane.
Yeah, I see. Actually, I liked. I remember he cuts Conan off and just starts putting on some real Southern heat, and I was I kind of like this.
Yeah.
A little bit.
So this is where I was getting at this. So, if you guys have this note, I would love this. So there's a point where he keeps putting heat on Conan, and then Conan gets this bright idea to get the strap around his feet and then pull, and it is one of the most awkward face bump.
Real weird.
He gets up on him a little bit, starts laying it into him, and then Big Bubba just stands up and punches him in the face.
Yes.
Did you see? I mean, he just punches Conan dead in the eye.
I didn't catch that.
It was fucking sweet.
I might have fast forwarded through that part. Not gonna lie. Sorry, guys.
Wow.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing. They try to put over that Big Bubba moves like a lightweight.
Yeah.
Nothing that he does in this match screams moving like a lightweight.
He was growing his hair out. I thought that looked pretty awesome. What do you got? Anything else?
I have. It's 1:21 a.m. and I'm headbanging to Big Bubba's entrance music.
It was good. I don't remember.
It was actually pretty.
Yeah,
it was kind of
cool.
like AC/DC.
That's great.
Yeah.
I just had a little comment about his duster. I liked it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He came out with a real strong duster.
His duster was cool.
Duster
Got some patches on the shoulders.
Did he?
Yeah. He was cool.
But it looked very store bought. It just wasn't really
cheap.
fitted or nothing.
No,
yeah, it's just real
junk.
big on him.
Like his pants.
His pants were great.
Yep. Highlight for me was Mark Curtis selling every punch that was thrown.
Oh, really?
Yo, he used to put everything over.
Yeah, he would grab his jaw, sell
Oh, it's
everything.
great.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Very cool.
I love that.
And then I have the fact that they keep going to crowd shots during it, and then they just start talking about the Florida Gators.
Yeah.
Did they?
And like Steve Spurrier.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of this
champions.
match, they're just like, we checked out. Like I said about like it being the Wild West.
Yeah.
Like the commentary is just like, fuck, man. Like, well, I'm just gonna talk about the University of Miami champions. It was Florida
Gators.
Yeah, it was Florida Gators.
Well, like you said, I mean, the Wild West. Yeah, you got Big Bubba, the Big Boss Man, aka like Southern Brother.
What was the finish?
So you had to hit all four
Yeah,
corners.
4 corners.
Oh yeah.
So Conan hit 3 corners.
Yep.
And then Big Bubba pulled him into the middle. Hit him with a big punch.
Yep.
And it knocked him backwards.
Into
and
the other corner?
Back hit the 4th
Nice.
corner. And that's how he
Great
went over.
calling right there.
I like that.
Great calling right there.
This next segment they had. What do you get?
No, please,
no, you go ahead, man.
I mean,
This
Is it-
before we move on,
Yeah.
does being good at a Mexican strap match make you good at a Caribbean strap match?
of course.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, he is Puerto Rican, so he does technically live close to the Caribbean.
So if you're close, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
You whoop ass in strap matches.
I like it. All right, so we're moving on to the Four Horsemen
it was
interview.
it was supposed to be Benoit versus
Yeah, it's supposed
Jarrett,
to be.
right?
No, it was supposed to. This was supposed to be. So after this, right before this is a weird Kevin Sullivan like interview, and this is what I have. Kevin Sullivan is great. That's what that's the first thing.
Okay.
Benoit and Sullivan might be actually real because Benoit did steal a woman from Sullivan.
Well, yeah, this is like there's a whole story behind this.
Yeah.
Jericho just talked about his podcast recently too.
I put this in the note. Woman has never been part of my tug time. I've never jerked off thinking about woman. She was not that hot. Just like the first Glacier match, I put this talking segment is something.
Yeah,
Because it was like
it was like Flair was going off for a while.
This is Kevin Sullivan. This is the Kevin Sullivan in the locker room.
Oh yeah, there's
And
the
he's like
backstage.
talking,
I'm sorry.
It's very weird. Like, and he's like talking, and he's not paying attention to Gene, and like he starts like muttering some words, and like it's Sullivan just being Sullivan. Now is this one, and the first note that I have is Gene meeting up with a very very shot 4 Horsemen.
Yeah. Flair, short hair Flair.
Yeah.
Arn.
And this is like right when Flair started losing it. Like this is like he started going nuts. Like at this point.
Yeah.
And Mongo. That was it.
Oh
Yeah.
It was 3 horsemen.
And
But Benoit-
and Deborah was out there with them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
But yeah, Benoit never came out.
Well, yeah, because
Well,
they
then- and
kind
then
of
they-
talk about it later on.
They play. Oh yeah, because they played that clip of him getting hit in the head with a chair,
Right.
Yeah.
which was nuts. Like
Yeah.
he breaks a wooden chair over the back of his head, which was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't like. I mean, they talked forever,
Yeah,
and then
dude, look at this.
yeah,
I have at least
Sex talk.
4 or 5 things in there. This is what I have. I hate McMichael.
yeah, Mongo's.
Like I fucking hate him. Like one of the worst wrestling ideas ever. Fuck him and fuck his little dog.
I love dog for a while.
I love dogs, but I hate that dog because it was attached to him.
I'm with you.
The fact that he was a horseman is just actually painful to think about. Arn looking very fucking awesome.
Very, very dad like.
Yeah. Rick is starting to come unhinged at this point.
Yep.
These are all my notes. Still money though. Sex talk about woman and Benoit.
There's a lot of sex talk.
He like starts talking. He's like, "That's how a horseman does it." He's like putting over the fact that Benoit's fucking his girlfriend basically at that time on national TV. Very cool. Why is Deborah talking? That is one of my things.
Yeah, very.
Shouldn't have been talked there.
Very strange.
And then out of nowhere, Flair just kisses her hand and looks right at Mongo.
Yeah, yeah,
Kind of
that was.
awesome.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Double J then gets his ass whooped by Arn.
Well, yeah. So then, as they're talking, then like Double J comes
Oh
out.
yeah, okay.
They talk forever, and then
I got this
then
thing.
Double J just comes walking out.
But one thing that Arn does put in there is one of the rules of being a horseman, which is don't be a crybaby.
Oh yeah, And then what does Double J say to him that like sets him off?
Oh, he said something about being the horse's ass. He's like, I came out here to talk to the man.
Yeah, he was in reference to Flair. Like
Double
J just wanted to talk to Flair.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then
Your
Arn
second
got
fiddle.
in the middle,
And Arn was just wearing street clothes, just like a t-shirt tucked into some jeans
with a denim
vest. With some boots.
I
denim vest over his t-shirt.
Yeah.
And I have right here. This is I think my love of back elbows. Like Arn hits him with one of the best back elbows ever. Double J sells it. Double J at this time might be one of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
Unreal.
At that time,
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying like
Solid.
96, 97 Double J might be one of the greatest.
Great punch, great sell, great drop kick. But so they basically just like go into like Jarrett's wearing wrestling gear and then Arn's just wearing street clothes.
But Arn takes him to the ring though.
Yeah, and then pretty much turns into a match.
Right.
But yeah, I literally put this is a fucking match, and then Zbyszko said the same exact thing, like right at the same time. I was like, what? Then Flair has a breakdown, like takes his shirt off. Or his jacket off. It looks like he's gonna do the elbow to the jacket, but then pulls away, like he doesn't do it, and I wanted to, and then blah blah blah. Arn gets shirtless for no reason.
Yeah, at the end he's so mad he just takes his shirt off.
It's fucking awesome.
This is at the end. The match is already over.
Well, yeah. And this is what I mean by the Wild West. Why is this man taking his shirt off?
Like it reminded me, like you were saying, like the live television stuff. It reminded me of like a segment from like an indie show where it's like it's just going way too long.
Banger.
Like people are, hey, there it is, pina colada.
Yeah.
And then like people are just talking. It's going nowhere. Like Deborah starts talking in the ring again. It was just like, what the fuck? And it's like nobody, like it's obviously over, but nobody's leaving. It was just, what the fuck is going on, man?
And then Flair is trying to put Jarrett over, like he's like,
yeah.
No, that's cool, Arn. Like Jarrett's our boy.
And he's
like
no,
big deal.
I know you guys just flop, but this guy's all right.
Yeah.
It's really hard to figure out.
The most disgusting part of this fucking segment is when Arn looks at Mongo and goes, "You are a horseman." Like literally made me fucking red. I cannot fucking believe that. Like, my next note is just Zbyszko ... Like he is terrible.
He's like that's another one for me. Was like, as a teenager, like Zbyszko on commentary, I was just like, this is like not cool, man. Like I don't know what this is.
Yeah. What, you got any notes?
I had basically the same notes as you. I said I wish Arn Anderson was my dad. And then I had, how much did Mongo pay to be a member of the Four Horsemen?
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't make sense.
Dude,
there's no way that, like...
I can talk.
He came in the locker room and, like, Arn and Flair and Benoit were like, hey, man, we need this guy to be the fourth member.
I don't know. I don't know the story with Mongo. Like, I mean, there had to be a reason, like, he was around so long and they put him in such high-profile stuff. Like,
he always got good stuff.
The boys must have liked him. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm really lost for words here, guys.
You could have put anybody on that roster as the other member of the Horsemen. It would have been cooler.
Well, the Horsemen changed.
Oh, I know a lot.
Like, right?
But
and
still,
the thing that always confused me was like I didn't know there was always more than 4 guys. Oh hey,
we're getting a call here. We're getting a call here.
pick this up.
Whoa! Hey, we gotta pick this up right now. Who is it?
Is this?
Hey guys, it's Puff Marshall. I'm coming to you live from a riverboat down here in New Orleans, Louisiana. How you guys doing?
Great.
Oh, we're doing good, buddy.
Great, Puff Marshall.
Let me tell you something. I am chock full of gumbo down here. I went on a Dr. Gumbo's walking tour down Bourbon Street, and let me tell you, I have eaten at least 12 different kinds of gumbo. It is my new favorite food.
Oh, gumbo is great.
That's awesome.
Let me tell you, this place is wild. I'm listening to jazz music, eating gumbo, and yesterday I saw a naked lady drive by me on a bicycle. I don't know where I am.
All right, there's Puff Marshall.
Puff Marshall.
Hey, next time you guys gotta come with me. I tell you, I'm lost in the city.
Thanks, Puff Marshall, representing 1-800-COLLECT. Great.
All right, so there it is every week.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, you never know what you're gonna get. A little call comes through.
Like you said, it's the Wild Wild West out here.
It is. This is insane. The next note I have here is, and I spelled Shivani awfully bad. Shivani says what a start to a weird Nitro this is.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did.
Like, right at that, it was
first one of the year.
Yeah. Oh, and then one of the most awkward moments. again, going to the Wild Wild West, DDP's music starts playing.
Yeah. I didn't like.
And then
Did they ever get to that like later?
No.
Oh, I didn't know.
Like, they
I didn't know if
kind
it
of
was
started talking like,
I don't know
DDP.
I don't know if it was like a technical difficulty or like, yeah, his music just played for a while.
Yeah.
And then of course, Zabisco had to put himself over, and he goes, it didn't sound like this when I beat him. Like you said, like, by the way, I've beat DDP before. And then like, yeah, and then his music stopped, and then Regal's music hit.
Yeah, and then I put Regal comes out ? 97 might have been Regal's prime.
Dude,
He is so fucking good in 1997. Like,
young, spry looking.
Literally could wrestle anyone.
Yeah.
Too, and have his match. Like, he'd always have a Lord Steven Regal match in 97, and it always would be good. And I cannot wait to get to that Goldberg match. Because it's in
I wonder if,
1997.
was it 97?
Yes.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Made sure.
Nice.
Okay.
Very excited about that.
His opponent.
He's perfect. And then Hacksaw comes out, and I literally audibly booed.
I fucking love it.
thing.
I love it.
Same thing.
Bring it on, man.
This is the note that I have. I stopped watching to watch a video of a pigeon being eaten by a pelican. At this point, then NWO walks out, which happens every single episode of Nitro at this time period. They walk out.
They went on to commentary.
Take over commentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I start getting a little intrigued. I wrote that down.
Well, I mean, I am going to say, Hacksaw did get like one of the loudest crowd reactions of the entire night.
I wrote down how much I hate Hacksaw Jim Duggan, but
yeah, crowd was really
huge pop for him.
Huge pop. Even
they
during
ate the USA thing up.
even during the match, he was getting great
I
reactions.
feel like there's some studio shenanigans going on there.
Oh, it's possible they pumped in a fake crowd.
No,
Fake
it's
They
not
probably put a fake crowd in
on
there.
a live
Fake
show.
crowd.
Yeah, they probably put a fake crowd.
That's because Hacksaw's on your no watch list.
He sucks.
Bullshit.
Give me shit at Andy Complains. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
Hacksaw.
Hacksaw. was-
I right here, hearing Bischoff talk and watching Hacksaw might be my hell.
Yeah, like Bischoff, like Nash is hilarious, and but Bischoff trying to be like cool and cocky. And
X-Pac was just
did he even? I don't even think he talked.
He like chimed in a couple times,
Okay,
but
he looked awesome, so it's all right. Because
Okay.
this is like X-Pac with like the white, like the light jeans tucked into high tech boots,
Very
motorcycle jacket, NWO was
Looked
like
awesome.
sunglasses, fucking bandana, hair everywhere.
I'm sorry.
Just
6.
yes.
Let's
But
use,
let's
the right name.
I will I said I was WCW hater. I was like, man, that's a really cool name. And they spelled it SY.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was a fucking great name for him.
Yes.
I'm looking it up right now because the thing they talk about next is Miss NWO.
Yeah, so I didn't catch any of this.
I'm gonna put it in right now because I really want to see who it was.
There was a Miss
Miss
NWO?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there had to been.
Yeah.
So they start putting this over, and then the note that I made is, this is 1997, and this is actually how nudes were sent. At that time, you had to like have them mailed to you. Like that literally is what a nude. They couldn't take a picture of her tits and send it over a phone. There was no phone.
Yeah.
So like the way you get nudes in 1997 is you are part of NWO. You throw a contest out there, and they
did a Miss NWO contest?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. They were just like inviting girls to come down. Yeah. They were like basically said, hey, we're throwing a party.
Yeah.
We want to crown a Miss NWO.
And did they actually have a girl on TV
Oh
and
yeah.
stuff?
I'm looking
Really?
it up right now.
Andy's on it.
So this all happened during the commentary during Regal.
This
and
was
Hacksaw?
when Regal and Hacksaw were wrestling. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Well, this chick,
that's like an old lady.
there is literally like a 41-year-old woman with like big glasses.
It looks like she's actually younger, but like they dressed her up old.
We got Miss D. She's 5'8", 36, 24, 36. Eyes blue. Occupation, registered nurse. Hobbies, treating hangovers. That is what she does. And she is wearing some sort of leather top with chaps. She's wearing chaps. Very cool. She looks horny. Next, we have Miss Connie. She's 5'3".
Looks like an indie wrestler.
Yeah, 38, 27, 38. Brown eyes. Occupation, school bus driver. Quote, shut up, you brats. She's wearing some sort of like leather vest. Very cool.
Oh, is this from? It says sold out. Did they do this on the sold out pay per
'cause
view or something?
They were hyping the sold out pay per view
okay.
as the
I really
next
wanna know who
event.
this- Oh, it's Miss Becky.
So
Miss Becky won it, and Miss Becky is the first one that looks like she's like 41 years old.
Okay.
And there's a picture of her and Bischoff kissing in the ring.
That's very cool.
Yeah, so that explains that. If you guys were wondering who 1997 Miss NWO was.
I do want to put over, though, I think, like, it's, because there was few good things on the show. Regal and Hacksaw, I actually thought was one of the good things on the show.
I thought in this one is Nash saying no fat chicks.
Yeah,
Might have been.
cool.
Here we go.
No fat chicks.
Nash's commentary is
I
the
mean,
best.
Nash says no fat chicks. If that was said in 2018.
Oh, my God.
Over.
Oh, my God.
It's over.
It's great.
He's fired.
Yeah,
Immediately.
exactly.
Immediately. So then I have this stuff. They start doing Macho Man impersonations.
Did they?
Yeah, and start like making fun of Macho Man in the middle of the
I
commentary.
do remember. Yeah, I do remember hearing like his. Yeah, just doing.
But he's out of NWO. They're like making a point that he's out. I don't remember that happening.
I don't know why he wouldn't have been on that episode.
Yeah, maybe he was hurt or something.
The other question is, why did Hacksaw grab tape?
Yeah, I saw the finish was he like taped his hand up and then.
It was a time limit draw.
But then they ding ding ding. Like I thought it was a DQ, but it was a
Right.
time limit draw.
Now, the cool thing that Hacksaw did is just goes and grabs a huge WCW flag and
Yep.
starts waving it around.
Literally, he was like walking out of the ring and start. I remember hearing Booker T said like this was his trick because like he didn't get promo time, so when like on his entrance to the ring he would just cut a promo to the camera.
Right.
Yeah.
So like after the match, Hacksaw's like standing out just cutting a promo to the camera. And he starts talking about the USA and WCW, and someone behind him in the crowd has a gigantic WCW flag.
Huge.
So he goes in the ring and just fucking starts trotting around with this huge WCW flag. It was fucking
Which
great.
was he part of like the war?
Yeah.
Like when it came down to it,
I'm pretty
him
sure
and-
he was like a WCW guy, and then versus the NWO.
Yeah.
he looked terrible in this match. Like,
Yeah, well, this is when brothers started getting a little older. You know what I
but he
mean?
looked great when he did his WWE run, like that a couple years later.
Really?
Yeah, but, like
Well,
didn't they put a shirt on him?
He probably got back into it, you know?
Oh,
Hacksaw back in the day, we were talking about great, like perfect horse body.
Oh, I
Like
guess,
big
yeah.
beard, just looked
I
like a
saw-
football player.
I showed you that picture, like the fucking young picture of Nikolai
Yeah.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Like young Nikolai Volkov was insane looking. Huge chest.
Oh, yeah.
He was great. I'll just let you take the next segment because you're super.
I mean, I had a couple notes just real quick. If you guys want more information about 1997 Miss NWO,
Yeah.
1-900-909-9900.
Okay, yeah. yeah.
Was
Say
that, like a,
again,
was
say
that
that
like a
again.
fake number they
Please
came
call.
up
No, that was the WCW hotline.
Say that one more time.
Yeah,
so they can call.
1-900-909-9900. Kids, please get your parents' permission to call. $1.99 a minute.
with? Yeah.
And then I had the highlight for the Hacksaw Regal match for me was there was a guy in like the third row that looked like Howard Stern, but somebody spray painted his face gray. And I couldn't take my eyes off it.
That's great.
And at first I thought he had like the Crow Sting face
Yeah,
paint,
yeah.
but he didn't. Like,
Hell no.
I don't know what his deal was.
He was just the gray
like he
man.
just rolled in Battleship Gray.
And they weren't
went.
they weren't doing the Nitro parties at this time yet either, right?
No.
'Cause then that was their gimmick.
Pre-Nitro
That was
party.
actually a pretty good gimmick. The
I think
Nitro
this was
parties were
I
smart.
think this was pre-Nitro Girls too.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Well,
So
the
yeah,
next-
we're moving on.
Next segment is.
Pure,
you,
pure gold.
You blew up. You like exploded for this. Next one, and I exploded for another reason because I love Hugh Morris.
Well, yeah, I exploded for Jim Powers.
Yeah,
because
favorite wrestler is Jim
I was
Powers.
a big Young Stallions fan when I was a kid. Him and Paul Roma. Yeah. Two young, jacked
all right, what do you
Italian
got?
dudes, high
What do you got?
flyers.
I have who thought it was a good idea to have Teddy Long manage Jim
I have
Powers.
my
Yeah.
favorite. This
Well,
is,
because that was like one of the randoms. Like, there's no way, like, if Jim Powers was on the next week, like, let's say maybe he was on twice that month,
Right.
then maybe they brought him back 4 months later. You know what I mean? It's like when he has a manager. Like, there's no.
I always felt sorry for the dudes who lose with a manager.
Yeah.
And like I felt really like on that one because he was babyface as fuck. He was a heel.
Also ginormous. Like, the
still
biggest,
look
the
good.
biggest he's
They look
like
great.
the
I gotta
biggest
say,
he's probably ever been.
One thing is Powers does the indie clap on clotheslines.
Yeah.
On everything he
A
claps
lot of
on
like
everything.
A lot of like generic original babyface fire, like the double fist pumps.
Yeah, when
and,
we
like,
won the titles,
yeah,
I was clapping everything.
that's what you look like.
I was clapping on everything.
Clapping after all your moves.
I put Powers is atrocious in there.
Come on, man.
He was fucking
Give
terrible.
brother a break.
But Hugh Morris blasts the fucking moonsault that is fucking awesome.
it's
Dude,
all-
it looks like he's falling.
Yeah.
It's like a picture perfect moonsault from a guy who's like
Huge.
probably close to 300 pounds.
Yeah.
That's big boy.
Yeah, fucking awesome. Neil Bibzak, huge Hugh Morris fan back in the day.
And I put Powers' bodied up, and I said,
Real body. So, how about his ponytail?
I just put Fat Teddy.
Yeah, it's weird to see Teddy Long's head so big. I didn't know he was so big back then.
His head looks like a jack-o'-lantern. It
really
straight
does.
up just looks like a pumpkin. It's crazy. And he's wearing like a sand-colored suit.
Yeah.
Oof.
Could we talk more about Jim Powers' ponytail?
Yeah,
It's
rocking a
it's
ponytail.
super like halfway down his back.
I kind of hate when dudes rock ponytails when they wrestle, just due to the fact that it's like, you got all that hair, why?
Yeah,
If you're
just to
rocking
tie
a
it
ponytail,
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get that shit going.
At least like, a few minutes in, let it flow.
Yeah. And like, what do you
He
got?
probably had a gimmick bag for his ponytail at this point.
Yeah.
His look was great.
Yeah.
I mean, I just wrote this is my favorite 5 minutes of the whole entire episode.
Really?
I love that match.
And then
it was so basic.
What was Hugh Morris's quote? He wins the match and then he's doing his laughing gimmick in
Oh,
the camera.
shit.
No, I know it. He says, he who laughs last wins. And then he starts laughing and walks
Yeah,
away.
but then immedially goes stone face. Like he laughs
Yeah.
and then goes stone face.
Yeah, shit. He had a good line on his way to the ring too.
He had the tiniest goatee.
Oh yeah,
For real.
Banded up.
always banded up.
It
Oh
was
yeah. But
seriously
like
the
small, like a real small.
It was a
band.
toothpick. It
Yeah.
looked like
Yeah.
a toothpick.
Sticking out of a colored rubber band.
It was so cool.
It's cool.
The next thing I have here is hour number 2.
Yeah, I'm on the second page.
We get Lex talking.
I saw this.
And I want to take a tug break. That's what it said. I think I got kind of chubbed up around here, not because of Lex.
From Bodied
just
Up
in general.
Lex.
Just sitting in my bed watching fucking WCW.
Lex was basically saying it was like a generic backstage thing, saying like, "Hey, stick around for hour 2. Like, I'm gonna be wrestling.
Yeah.
don't go away."
But
And
Shivani,
then he cuts a huge flex.
the entire time he's talking though, Shivani is just worried about the Horsemen.
yeah,
He's like really talking about the Horsemen here. He's like,
All the
what are
problems.
they gonna do? The Horsemen have always been for Benoit. Then they show the clip of Benoit taking the chair.
Yeah,
Right there.
the wooden chair to the back of the head.
Yeah.
Pretty
And
scary looking.
but Shivani is like really worried about it. And of course, I think Zbyszko said something stupid about himself.
Yeah.
and
So
then
at this time, who were the 4 horsemen? It was Flair, Mongo, Arn,
Benoit.
and Benoit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And Deborah was with them too because she was with.
Yes.
Mongo, right?
That's what I was like threw me out because the original 4 horsemen because J.J. Dillon was with them, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, "There's 5 guys. Why are there the 4 horsemen?" And I was like, threw me off.
Yeah,
Well, he's their manager.
Yeah, I get it, but it
I
just
needed J.J. Dillon.
he never did anything for me.
Yeah.
Like those guys at that point, like mid '80s,
Yeah.
Flair, Arn, Tully, like just let those guys talk.
Oh, 100%.
Nobody wants to hear J.J. Dillon.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
those guys were spitting gold at that point.
Yeah. So I understand all these guys like respect him, but yeah, Flair can carry the promos.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
reason.
What,
Next up, Psychosis versus Ray.
I mean, this is hands down the best.
But
part
I'm going
of
to
the
say
show.
this. I had some expectations for this. Like, I thought it was going to be fucking a barn burner.
Yeah,
And they definitely weren't inspired that night.
yeah, at this point they've probably wrestled each other 175 times.
Yeah.
They're not
But
all.
later
but
on-
it's still really good.
I think they wrestled each other like 4 times in 1997, too. Like,
Plus
there's other
ECW, plus all the
matches.
times they came up in Mexico. Like,
Psychosis,
let's talk about his gear.
it was awesome.
Yeah, like
His gear was fucking great. It
huge
was like
horns,
purple and gray.
huge hair, but then he had almost like a body armor
Yeah.
fucking thing on.
And I put this here. He has so much tape on.
yeah, yeah.
His whole hand is just casted up.
Yeah.
Both of them are casted up. He's
Weren't his fingers all taped up
Yeah.
too? But like taped like together,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
all of them. It was very
yeah,
strange.
it was very weird, but great. And then I put here, ref is amazing. It was Mark Curtis.
Yep,
Smoker for sure.
selling everything
Yeah. Psychosis almost kills himself.
on the was it to the outside or
That
something?
seated top rope moonsault thing that Sami
Well,
Zayn does.
Yeah, didn't he do something else though too? Didn't
no,
something
he-
get botched?
Yeah,
That.
that's what we're talking about. He fucking goes for it and just goes straight headfirst into the apron. Like he doesn't get
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And then he hits the ground, splats, and then he's just spazzing. He's just doing
Yeah.
like spasms.
Because he realized it probably looked like he died.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then I like Ray grabs him, puts him in, and like he cuts him off really quick, and then hits him with something really big, like Psychosis. Like they had a really cool plan B for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking really good.
But I remember, like, because Ray hits the big I don't know if it was the springboard Rana, but like the Rana he hits on the finish, you could tell the crowd was just like, holy fuck, it was awesome. Like,
yeah, it was perfect.
He almost falls again though. He does that plancha to the outside, and he has to take a break. He gets to the top, and then almost falls backwards.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gets
yeah.
Back up. It gets back up again.
And the cutoff is him taking the
guardrail.
The guardrail on the outside.
But yeah, literally Psychosis standing on the top rope and like starts like wobbling and
goes
jumps
back
down and
up.
goes back up. But
and then-
like Rey Mysterio just like, you know, we're talking about psychosis botches. Like Rey Mysterio never botches.
Dude,
anything,
he hits that.
ever.
He hits the coolest in the corner. He like pops out of the corner and does that flip over the corner to the outside.
Yeah.
There's like a flip dive from like the corner to the outside.
Yeah, he goes both feet on the middle rope inside the ring.
Yep.
And then goes straight over the top rope, flipping.
It's
Oh
so cool.
yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah. By far best part of the show.
Bobby Heenan, this is by far his best match. Like, and on the card where Bobby Heenan is just on fire.
Yeah.
The
And
entire
they
commentary.
switched commentators after hour one. For those who don't know.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, Larry Zbyszko got yanked
For hour 2?
for hour 2. Yep.
And then it turned into Heenan. I didn't even pick up on this.
Yeah.
Yep. They brought
Heenan.
Heenan out.
So they just took out Zbyszko and put Heenan in.
Right.
Sweet.
Just have Keenan.
Exactly.
Have that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
And then I love this one. I love the fact that Ray looks at the camera and goes,
Oh yeah.
"Give me Dean or Ultimo Dragon."
yeah.
He doesn't
Give me
understand.
someone.
Yeah, it's like, "Give me Dean or Ultimo Dragon."
Yeah. That's great. I remember that. Does this go right into Taskmaster?
Oh yeah.
It does. It does.
Chavo was very babyface.
Yeah.
Comes out
Oh,
clapping.
really?
Yeah, Chavo's there real.
He's clapping.
Very
He's hitting every
same
hand
thing like
on the way
Jim.
out.
Yeah, Jim Powers babyface.
Yeah. And I put Sullivan looks like the coolest uncle.
I didn't.
He looks like the coolest uncle. Though.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't. I just remember them fighting at the beginning, and he still had his robe on.
But I'm saying that if you were at a party, a family party,
Oh yeah.
you're definitely gravitating towards Uncle Taskmaster.
Your satanic uncle.
Yes,
That
he's
was-
gonna tell you some sick stories of like Mexico.
I didn't even I
Puerto
didn't even
Rico.
know Kevin Sullivan's about Kevin Sullivan's satanic gimmick until like a year or two ago.
Yeah,
He's like, I know he's like real into that stuff.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
That's heavy.
yeah.
Cool.
Pretty heavy. Yeah.
That's very cool.
The only note I made was that I guess pretty ahead of his time was Kevin Sullivan went over with a double stomp. Like,
Yeah,
he just walked out from the
Not
corner.
even a cool one.
No,
though.
just
Not like a
literally,
top rope.
just like walked out from the corner,
walked
double
on his
stomped the
chest.
guy, and then pinned him.
I have that written down.
I have this right here. I tree of woed Wes at an EGW thing, and almost broke his ankle.
It's a true story.
From what did I tree of woe you from?
Was it from the lawnmower?
Yeah, it was from a lawnmower.
I was like, what did
Locked
you
his
tree of
leg.
woe him on?
A lawnmower.
How?
So like a riding lawnmower.
Oh,
I just put
riding
him
one.
over, Put his leg on it, and then I fucking drop kicked him. I didn't do a tree of woe, but didn't do the knee.
Yeah, he had.
So basically, like, your legs were like locked into like metal, probably.
Oh,
He
yeah.
had
Yeah.
that, and he had two people hold my legs so I wouldn't come out.
Yeah.
Kind of like rigged him in the steering wheel.
Yeah, so they're not going anywhere.
And
I'm sure that
I
pressure on your ankles
Yeah,
felt great.
they were supposed to just let go when he drop kicked me, and they never did.
Oh, cool.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Even guys, I mean, even like being put in a tree of woe in a wrestling ring with ropes hurts
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
It's like
very
super
cool.
uncomfortable on your calves and your ankles and everything.
Oh,
Try with a John Deere.
well. The next segment is them going over what they did to Piper. So
Yeah.
they like beat Piper, and there is so
This was
much.
long too.
There is
Very long.
so,
It was a very long replay.
so much trash in the ring.
Yeah, actual physical.
Actual
But
trash.
that's like that was like the coolest part. Like this, I remember like this was when I saw when they showed this like with all the NWO in the ring. I was like, yeah, like that. It stands out. Like that looks cool. You know what I mean? Like, because it looks so much different than the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the garbage being thrown in the ring was like my favorite thing.
They always did
Yeah.
that. Though.
So cool, man. The best was when like Nash would like hook somebody for a power bomb and just garbage is just belting the
Yeah.
ring. It was so awesome.
Like, what is going on with Piper just yelling things?
Okay,
too?
that's one of my only notes here was, yeah, Piper like really he was like super overselling. I guess he just had hip surgery.
Yeah.
So
That
they
was
were
the
it was
gimmick.
it was real weird. They were like holding his leg.
Yep.
And then Hogan like hit him with a chair.
Yep.
And like
Barely hit
like
him with a chair.
yeah, and it looked like he like hit him in the butt. And then he said like it's supposed to be his bad hip, and like Piper is like overselling it so hard. I remember, like, even like Heenan on commentary goes, "It's like an exorcism," because it's literally just like, it's like for a long time.
This is the only thing that I can think of is the fact that they were just kind of like, "Yo, just make audible sounds because we're not going to have the camera too close to you."
Right.
But then they had the camera right on him, so he's just going,
it's real over the top.
My one note for this is, where is Doug Dillinger? Like, someone, actually a fan is getting attacked. If you're going by storylines, if he's not a part of WCW,
he's just a guy.
There's a guy out there, and these dudes are just savagely beating this man. Where is Doug Dillinger, the head of security for Nitro? Who, by the way, I mean, at least like the WWE. Remember the WWE security, like head of security?
Oh yeah, that big dude with the backwards hat.
Yeah, awesome. The ECW guys, scary.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Then
there's
fuck you up.
Doug Dillinger, which is like a guy that's just like, all right, boys, come on. All right, boys.
Sanction this match.
All right, boys. All right, boys. Come on. Never gets a hands dirty. All right, boys.
Let's break it up, guys.
He doesn't show up, and I put this here. He doesn't show up for 5 straight minutes. You finally see him in the background, and he is sheepishly moving people along in the background.
Brothers is taking it easy, man.
Yeah. Do you have any more notes for that?
No, but I actually made a point. Would that have been the first time Piper was in the ring for like 5 years?
Because they were trying to say that he actually wasn't a part of WCW.
Yes.
But I mean, after WrestleMania 6-ish, he was commentating for.
Yeah, he was.
Years,
There was
right?
there was a stretch there. He was real on and off.
I didn't remember him being in the ring.
There was no way.
Unless it was like an indie thing or something like that.
What was the match? It was that was from a pay-per-view. It was from Starrcade, I think.
Well, they had but he won the title somehow.
Ah.
So, and I'm guessing because at one point in time during the announcing team says that to Bischoff goes, "You beat Piper 2 times in one night." So
he must have wrestled Hogan.
He did wrestle Hogan because that's how Hogan got the title.
Right.
Okay.
Like, so Piper had the title.
Yep.
From, I'm guessing, Hogan at that point in time. Someone.
There's no way they would have had him take it off like Luger.
Unless it was Macho Man. I mean, because Macho Man wasn't there. You know what I mean? Like, why the fuck wasn't Macho Man there? Yeah. That's it. We kind of messed up because the next segment... The next segment is Eddie versus Alex Wright.
Yeah.
Which you didn't like.
It's literally 20. That match is 20-25 minutes.
We're talking about a WCW Nitro here, though.
Yeah, like it's, I feel terrible saying it's not good. Like it starts off pretty good and it just goes real long.
I have some different notes.
What do you got?
Eddie versus Alex Wright, and I am a fan of this match.
I mean,
this match rocks. I mean, I guess because you're wading through shit at this point in time.
Yeah.
To find like a nice, good piece of shit right here. 6. This is the notes I have. 6 looks like a human dog.
Well, yeah, because he comes out. Later in the match, basically.
Yeah,
they're setting up with I think they're setting up a ladder match between him and Eddie.
Yes.
Yeah.
And 6, just basically sets up a ladder in the aisleway, and then climbs on top of it and sits there and just puts up the metal sign and
his tongue out.
and wiggles his tongue for
he's
like
got
10
his
minutes.
tongue out for like 10 minutes. They keep cutting to him, and he's just sitting there with his tongue out, doing like the Too Sweet sign.
I think that's fucking
It's
amazing.
so
Yeah,
cool.
very cool.
That's fucking great.
Those fucking weird, like scissor takeovers that fucking Alex Wright.
Oh,
did
yeah.
Two back to back.
That was
awesome.
like the old school Hurricanrana.
Yeah.
Like a lot of even if you watch like a lot of old NWA stuff, they did that a lot.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Yeah.
Like he's so big too. Alex Wright was huge. He was
Very-
like probably
very-
6'4".
Super tall and lengthy.
Yeah.
Big guy.
And then I have here. There was like almost there's at least one match on every single card from 1997 that has a top rope sunset flip.
Oh,
in
really?
The match. Every match. It's wild. And this one, as soon as he took flight, I was like, oh, here we go. And he did it. It was awesome. That's all I have. 6 still has his tongue out.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I have this is my favorite Alex Wright match I've ever watched.
Really?
Yeah, I thought he was terrible. I was just calling him Alex wrong.
Oh my
I
god!
hated watching him wrestle.
And this is still babyface Alex Wright because I think the dancing thing came in when he turned heel.
Yeah. And then he did the whole.
Berlin. Yeah, that was. Yeah.
I mean, the coolest thing he did was hang with the wall for a while. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah.
No,
the wall. Was sick.
I love that.
I feel like when everyone thinks of Alex Wright, they think of dancing Alex Wright.
I talk about this a lot because I'm a disco fan, but him and Disco.
Yeah.
That tag team was.
I forgot about
awesome.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Fucking awesome. And then the road segment. The Lee Marshall.
Yeah, we might have went to the road segment a little early.
Who cares? I just wanted to get in. We told Puff Marshall to call in at 8 o'clock. He called in at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, he's on time.
He was dead on time.
He was right on time.
Had we said 8:30, it would have been dead on time.
Because the gimmick, they just cut to almost like a commercial. It
just
was
a picture of him in the corner.
The picture.
Yeah, like via telephone.
And then like a map of the United States.
Yeah, it was 1-800-COLLECT. What's it called? Road.
We should just have it be 1-800-SEA. Yeah, for this episode, it's like 1-800.
It was the road report.
The road report. Yeah. We'll change ours to 1-800-SEA.
Yeah,
but it basically just Lee Marshall just talking about Shinfo for 5 minutes.
It basically talks about where the next Nitro is going to be.
Yeah,
and just starts talking about taking like the announcers out to dinner and this, and he's on a boat.
Puff nailed it.
Yeah.
Marshall nailed it.
Yeah.
For real.
The next segment, what a tag team.
This is awesome.
Before we get there,
okay, yeah, please.
I just want to talk about Mark Curtis frog splashing into the 1-2-3 after Eddie hit the frog splash to pin.
No
Did
way.
he?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's for real.
He's standing there and he splashes and then does the 1-2-3.
Fucking awesome.
For real.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fuck, dude, I
have it
got
written down.
I did not notice that.
Yeah, he's Eddie hits the frog splash and he's standing in the far corner.
Yeah.
And then he splashes down. And does
1-2-3.
a 1-2-3.
That's fucking
so
sweet.
fucking
yeah.
cool.
The
Very
best
cool.
thing you said was
That he smoked?
that he was the referee from the WCW. Was it versus the World or versus NWO?
So when you got a guy in a submission, and it was like he would be counting, or you got a guy in the rope
in the video game.
It was Mark Curtis, it was like a little cartoon Mark Curtis,
and there was like almost like lightning bolts coming out of him or something. He was making this really excited face because you were about to you were about to hit your special move
in WCW versus NWO or WCW Worldwide.
One of those.
Yeah. Next segment.
What I wrote for the next segment is I wonder how hard Andy's popping in his bedroom right now for Carl Willett.
one of my all-time favorites is Carl Willett.
The amazing French Canadians versus Harlem Heat. In case you're wondering.
I told Puff
the amazing French Canadians are the Quebecers.
Yes.
Basically, like later on, they're the
Jacques Rougeau and Pierre.
Pierre Lafitte. I told Puff to start doing a cannonball because Carl Willett used to do a fucking cannonball straight off the top rope.
He was the man, dude.
He was fucking awesome.
He's done like a lot of like in your house main events with like Bret Hart and shit. Like he's had some badass matches.
He's
dude.
fucking awesome.
He
that ECW one when he came into ECW, kind of dresses like Big Bubba.
Yeah.
He's got like fucking leather pants on.
Just fucking
has like the
up.
eye thing, and he's just smashing dudes. He only did like 2 events.
I didn't know he's really blind in that eye.
Yeah, I think he took like something happened to his eye. Yeah, he actually did only have vision in one eye.
And I did want to put over, I said it earlier, Jacques Rougeau just growing out all of his body hair, like hairy
except
arms
for
up
one
to
part
his
of his head.
where
there was zero hair.
So it's getting a little dusty up there.
Great.
But like tricep hair, like back hair, like
everything.
To me, I just think of that as like, I know Vince was so big on those guys being like shaved and tanned and hairless, and like I feel like he was just like, fuck that, I'm growing this out.
I mean, he was tan.
He was real tan, but he
wasn't trimming up.
No, not at all.
He did. In 2018, this does not swing. Jacques Rougeau gets actual heat. Like, he actually gets mad at Sensational Sherry. At one point, she grabs his foot, and he just turns to her and says something evil, and she just kind of backs off.
Oh. Yeah.
Like, it's like real. Like, he goes to grab it, and he almost like goes like, get the fuck away from me, bitch. Or something like that. And she is just like, I don't want any of this.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing, I mean, they were both in WWF.
That's what I was. I remember thinking that. Like, I wonder
if there was like some sort of heat, because there's like that whole like she becomes super submissive. Like, he says something and then she's just like, oh boy, like, I'm out. And I mean, all the rumors of the Rougeaus just being hard asses.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if like something had happened in the past where like she was valeting for someone and he fucking just whooped shit on someone.
Could have been anything.
Yeah.
Something happened.
She, what they call her, Sister Sherry?
Yeah.
Like, let's just talk about Harlem Heat coming out looking like complete badasses.
Oh, they're
like
great.
They're just gonna fuck somebody up, and they look
Do-rags?
awesome.
Were they do-ragged up on this
Well,
one?
yeah, that's because we noticed they took the like Sherry's walking behind them, and they take their Booker
She
T
goes back
takes
and
his
grabs it.
Booker T takes his do-rag off and throws it behind him, and she like turns around like whoop to go pick it up, and Stevie Ray throws his too, but she left his to go.
Yeah.
And then they just come to the ring. They just get right at it. It fucking rules.
Yeah, that burp sucked. I just burped and it smells bad. Fucking puff. Yeah, so
Harlem Heat's awesome.
yeah,
Yeah, come on.
Booker T's awesome.
Come on. He's
Stevie Ray
Dude.
is
Stevie Ray
is
left a lot to be
terrible.
desired.
like I said. I mean, there's a reason Booker T went on to be a world champion,
Of
and
course.
Stevie Ray. But together they were fucking sweet, man.
I think, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, he goes in and like this.
You have a Harlem Heat T-shirt.
Because I love Harlem Heat.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
And he loves Bill Carr.
Yeah.
That's the only reason he wears it.
Yeah, Bill Carr did give me a sick Harlem Heat.
That's a good
shirt.
point.
But I do. I mean, I grew up loving Harlem Heat.
Yeah.
But like going back and watching those matches,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like Booker T. It's like the cream rose to the
Yeah,
top.
yeah.
Stevie Ray was.
But they were still cool for what they were.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I wrote how cool would it have been if Harlem Heat could have wrestled Doom in their primes.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Masked Dooms.
Remember who was it? Has there ever been like a black on black tag team like match that like of huge?
Yeah,
I
like-
mean, even like Nation of Domination at that time, there wasn't another black tag team at that time.
I don't know.
And there was no like. There's never been more than one black tag team to go against like another black tag team in like a major match.
Right.
And I was wondering that at something. I remember I was at an event. I think it was like an NXT event. It was like the Street Profits went against those two twins.
Right.
And I was like, this might be the first ever black on black tag team match I've ever seen. And then I remember texting you and was like, how sick would it have been if Harlem Heat went against Doom at their height? I mean, it would have been fucking
Doom
crazy.
with the masks.
Oh yeah.
They were
Doom
great.
was great.
Oh
man.
yeah,
Yeah.
great.
I told you that story. Someone told it because Doom was Butch Reed and Farouk, right? Ron Simmons.
Yes.
And they said like in the locker room, like guys would go up to Ron Simmons and like start pitching all these ideas and stuff like that, and because like Ron Simmons was like the veteran and Butch Reed was like the younger guy, and they'd start pitching all these ideas to Ron, and
I think it was the other way around. Good, Butch Reed was around forever.
Yeah, he was Hacksaw Butcher forever.
Yeah, so
Well,
it might have been the other way around.
Well, basically Ron Simmons was like the boss.
Yeah.
And then they'd pitch and Ron would be like, I don't know, guys. I don't know if Butch is going to want to do all that stuff. And then he would just walk away. Basically, because I'm not doing anything. Butch is going to do everything. So I don't know if he's going to do
Just
all that
putting
stuff.
it on Butch.
Yeah, like
Oh,
I'm not doing it. I don't know if Butch is
I'm
going to want
doing
to.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
Anyways, I like that match.
It was fucking
I thought that
sweet.
match was awesome.
It was great.
There's so many. I think that like in tag world, there's so many supporting cast members like in like tag divisions that like I think like the Quebecers like were one of those like things that could make anybody look good, and they could make themselves look good, but they could also make themselves look completely terrible when it was needed to look. They were like straight up great workers.
They were like, as far as like working like tag team wise, they were very ahead of their time.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah. Fucking awesome.
Okay, so the next one is
Here we go.
Ming versus Luger. Which I get hyped on Ming. We grew up as Face of Fear fans. I love Ming.
Oh yeah.
And I love Barbarian. So I was like super pumped, but then Lex Luger comes out and it's like
What about Buffalo hometown Lex Luger?
it might as well just be like Boner Town's flaccid penis. Like that is he is the most flaccid.
I never. I haven't watched like a lot of. I remember watching Luger when I was a kid, but I haven't watched him like in a long time.
He was afraid to say he was from Buffalo.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh, I'm from Chicago.
Yeah,
Dude, you're from Buffalo.
And now he lives here again.
Yeah.
But like the match actually like wasn't as bad as I thought it
put
was.
that down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like completely wasn't bummed at it, but I liked it because Ming's heat was awesome.
Yeah.
And like I will say, especially me not being like a WCW fan when I was young, but like the Rack was sweet.
Yeah,
Like when he
it's a
gets
great
Ming,
move.
especially like Ming being a bigger guy, like
dude, he throws Ming right up.
yeah, and then like and just like I like finishers when like the crowd knew it was coming.
Oh, yeah.
and like Ming's a bigger guy. Like you said, he gets them up no problem.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's just fucking cool.
These are the notes that I have.
Well, then we got to talk about the finish.
Yeah, so I
It
put
gets a little shaky there for a second.
Ming versus Luger. I know this is going to be bad. That's what I put. There's nothing about Luger I like, but I love everything about Ming at this time. And then I put fuck his ponytail, talking about Lex Luger's ponytail.
But then he had like all the baby hairs like on top.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't.
And then I put Ming rocks, and then Barbarian comes in, and this now rocks. But then I also put this match really wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
No,
Going
no,
in.
not at all.
Yeah, no, it wasn't bad. I just put, I hope Ming bites Lex Luger's nose off for real.
Yeah.
Breaks his thumbs like in bars.
Yeah.
The finish was he gets Ming, his opponent, up in the rack. The referee gets bumped. Barbarian runs in. He switches around. He gets the Barbarian in the rack. The referee wakes up.
And then
It's not, and just in call,
Brings
it's
it
a
up.
different guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like they're like twins or anything. And then he just calls for the bell. And even the announcers make note of it. And so I think Shivani just goes, "It doesn't matter." Like it literally just goes,
Yeah.
"It doesn't matter that was a different guy."
Yeah.
Like,
It
what-
doesn't matter.
Yeah, the ref just woke up like, "Oh, he's in the rack." See ya. Like,
Then does he put Ming up again?
I don't know.
No,
I
he
don't
just
think
puts
so.
Just put Barbarian up.
Literally beat another guy, and they called for
Yeah, I
the
remember
bell.
that. That's so cool.
Yeah, and the announcers literally just go, "It doesn't matter."
Lex
Whatever.
Luger's forearm
Oh
is
yeah,
so bad.
it looks like a clothesline to the top of the head.
It just looks bad.
He hit it, and
It's
it
garbage.
didn't look the best.
He is
Were
trash.
you a narcissist Lex Luger fan?
I mean, I was so young. I was like American Lex Luger, like
like
Lex
anything
Express
that
fan.
was like
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I liked the Narcissist. I thought it was like cool, but then when he body slammed Yokozuna, I was like, "Oh fuck yeah,
Yeah.
this is cool."
I saw a video. I just brought this up today. I saw a video of Ricky Choshu slamming Andre
yeah,
in like the early '80s,
like
late
nothing
70s.
probably.
No,
Oh.
it's kind of sketchy. He body slams him straight into his own knee, and his knee collapses sideways.
Oh,
And it's kind of hard to watch. But if you
Yeah.
can find it, like, I think Naylor posted it today.
oh man,
It's kind of awkward to watch, but like. It made me want to watch Ricky Choshu matches. Like I
Yeah.
got super hyped. I was like, "Fuck, I gotta watch Ricky Choshu matches."
I just remember when I was a kid, all the hype of like the Lex Express and the American stuff, and him versus Yokozuna. I think it was SummerSlam. I don't think it was WrestleMania. And like he it was on the fucking Buffalo News. They did a thing about Luger's forearm, literally having plates in there
Right.
from his motorcycle accident.
Yeah.
And he fucking takes the fucking pad off. Hits Yokozuna with a forearm. Yokozuna takes a sweet bump out of the ring, gets counted out, and they like celebrate it like Luger just like won the Olympics.
Yeah.
There's like a count out victory, and then everyone's got him hoisted up on their shoulders, and yeah.
There is a match after this, right? No, it's
No.
just like this is that segment.
This
is
is
like
straight
the
in
ending
Hogan promo.
Right.
segment,
Yep.
which is, I mean, it's probably the longest notes I have here. And to go back to the Horseman thing, like NWO is just a shot here.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
the lineup.
the cast of characters. Fake Sting, Big
Who was
Bubba.
who was Fake Sting?
Fake Sting was one of Thunder and Lightning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a Fake Sting. I didn't like.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
really
I
bad.
saw him now.
And
Yeah, see, that's how good it was.
Yeah.
I have Hogan as champ here. Fake Sting looks like a dollar store Sting.
Yeah.
He doesn't look anything. I mean, he
No.
looks terrible.
Yeah.
Hogan looks great though.
Was wearing black gloves.
He looked awesome.
That was the best
Cut
he
up.
ever looked.
Cut
Yeah.
up shirt, black gloves.
About the black gloves though, I
Yeah.
have it here. Thumb, forefinger, middle finger, all covered.
Yeah.
Ring finger, pinky, cut off.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
Really,
I
really, really.
actually I remember seeing for a second. I thought I saw like
Yeah.
some fingers like
Very
peeking out.
strange.
Very cool.
Of course, garbage gets thrown in.
Yeah, came out playing the
of
fucking air guitar
Yeah.
title belt.
So we got trash thrown in the ring.
I don't know what they were
I
talking about.
Legit hate NWOites. Like when he would say NWOites, I was
Oh.
like, this is terrible. Like you're trying to put a name on people that follow the NWO. Like it's bad.
The only cool members I think like Hogan, Nash, Six, and I like Buff in NWO.
Yeah.
And then everybody else is pretty much shot. Nick Patrick
I
was
mean,
not even dressed just dressed like a regular guy.
Are you gonna shit on Scott Norton in front of Andy?
That's fucked up, man.
Oh, was it fuck? I forgot he was
Scott
there.
Norton's in it, but
No,
Scott
he was-
Norton's
I did-
definitely a henchman.
But I did back him. I liked him in
Yeah.
NWO. I forgot. The Giant hit him with like an elbow.
Yeah.
Are you gonna shit on Apocalypse too or Disciple? Whatever Brutus Beefcake
yeah,
was.
yeah, 100%.
I'm gonna say
His
this.
look was cool.
Do you guys notice how hard Giant pushes Six over?
Yes.
Oh, the Six took a sweet bump.
I mean
Yeah.
it was real. Like he just
I
shoves
think
him.
I think Six just took a fucking great bump. Man.
I don't
that was his
know.
gimmick. Was he just took amazing bumps?
He got crushed.
He shoved him.
He looked awesome.
And then right when that happens,
Did you see, what about the bump? Did you see the bump Nash took out of the ring?
yeah, on the
Fucking-
one arm over.
yeah.
I was gonna say that, and I was like, it probably isn't that impressive.
But it's
a
7 foot
fucking
tall with
impressive-
bad knees. Yeah.
I mean, he takes the typical like clothesline over or whatever, but he like grabs the rope and just uses his momentum
Yeah. Well,
to like take him over. It's-
basically at the promo, the Giant comes, no music. The Giant just comes down to the ring, and then Nash attacks him first.
Yeah.
And Giant grabs him and throws Nash out of the ring, and he takes it for 7 feet tall. It takes a pretty sweet bump out
Yeah,
of the ring.
Right.
awesome. Right when Six gets pushed really hard,
Yeah.
one of the announcers just goes, "Bogus Sting." Bogus Sting is amazing.
That's great.
And then earlier I commented on how bad Hogan's chair swings were on Piper.
Yeah.
Here he just lambastes
Yeah.
the Giant.
The ones to the back when he was laying on his back.
smacking him so fucking hard
Laid it in.
with this fucking chair. He's like laying into him.
Because at one point, like the Giant's just like laying on his stomach, and Hogan just full force chair to the
Whack.
back. Like
I mean,
it's loud.
Laying
like
into
4 or
him.
5 of them.
This is where I noticed that everybody has black Guess jeans on.
Okay.
Everyone in the ring has a pair of black Guess
Sure.
jeans on.
You sure it wasn't Levi's?
I'm telling you, dude,
I
it
feel-
has the triangle. It just says Guess, and it's
Okay.
right on camera.
'Cause I feel like I remember like the black, but then they had like the brown patch in the back.
no, this is
These were all
like,
Guess?
These were Guess jeans. Like they must have had like an endorsement or something. Everybody had Guess jeans.
That's, I back it.
And then Nick Patrick, he attacked the Giant.
Yeah.
You're a ref.
Yeah. he's
What?
like a henchman. He's right up there with like Norton and everybody.
Yeah, I mean, he did work though, right? At one point, he's
Yeah.
someone's brother.
Yeah.
Nick Patrick is someone's brother.
Yes.
He's like related to someone,
Yeah.
a wrestler.
I can't think off the top of my head, but you're right.
I'll look it up. What notes do you have here?
I just wanted to talk about the Virgil choke slam real quick.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, to quickly, also, yeah, Nick Patrick attacks the Giant. The Giant picks him up over his head and then launches. I mean, Nick Patrick's probably in his 40s here.
Yeah.
Launches him out of the ring just onto Scott Norton.
Yeah.
And he fucking hits pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, but then they all leave and Giant's laid out in the ring.
Yeah, he's done. He can't move.
Yeah.
You know, they finished him off.
Yeah,
type
and then
deal.
Vince.
Yes.
What he got?
I mean, they literally sacrifice him.
Yeah.
Like they're at the thing, and like they're just like, "Yeah, go get him, Vince." Yeah. And like he's like, "Well, okay."
Starts poking. It was a cool spot.
So they left the ring. They're at the commentary booth.
Oh, I have notes about this.
Yep. And basically they take over the commentary booth.
That was a huge NWO thing.
Right.
At that time, Nash loved doing the L over the head for loser.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Almost every single time he did it. Almost every single time. I have that. Real Sting is like giving the Giant like this weird pep talk. Where, like grabs him by the hair and he like keeps saying something, and then he leaves the bat. It's like really strange.
Wait, what?
Yeah. He keeps poking him with the baseball bat.
And he's yelling in his face, and then he gets down on his knee and starts giving him like this like weird pep talk. He
Sting?
Yeah,
Real
a
Sting.
real Sting, not fake Sting.
I thought
Not
it just.
bogus Sting.
I thought it just ended with like they just showed Sting because like the crowd starts chanting for Sting,
Right.
which was
Yeah.
awesome.
And he comes out. He runs out.
Oh, I thought they just showed him like.
Well,
in
that's
the,
how
and then he ended up running out.
that's how Virgil gets the baseball bat. So he goes in the ring,
But
picks
at
up
this
Sting's
point in
bat.
time, Nash makes a conditioner joke. He makes like a joke about like he needs a little conditioner in that hair. He says something about like the Giant,
Yeah.
which is great.
Yeah.
Sting points the bat at the NWO, and someone just yells, "Dude!" at the commentary like desk, and then that's when they just kind of go, "Vincent, go get the bat."
Yeah.
What? Why do you need the bat so bad?
Right.
Like, there's a million bats in the world. Why do you need that
one?
Yeah.
That's great. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
This one Sting was real over.
Yeah, so Vincent picks the baseball bat up. They're laughing. NWO's laughing over the mics, and he's kind of poking the Giant.
Yeah.
And then the Giant grabs the bat.
Yeah.
Pulls him in.
Yeah.
Works him a little bit, and then picks him up for a chokeslam. And holds him up for about 12 seconds.
Yeah.
And then just puts him down on his ass, and then his head just slams him out. He didn't lay him down flat back. He laid him down real awkward.
He's not a small guy.
A section bump.
No, but he had him up no problem.
Shits.
I mean, he did the hard part, easily.
It was so easy.
And he just instead of driving him down, he tried to drive him out, and it just looked like a rough bump.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I just put great chokeslam because he held him up there.
He held him forever.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Just to put this over, this is the day after, 2 days after Wrestle Kingdom, and I think the Giant and Lance Archer have the two best. 911 has a sick chokeslam too, but
Lance's at fucking Wrestle Kingdom was sweet.
Jesus, awesome. So yeah, that was Nitro.
Episode 69.
I'm so pumped for these. I think they're only going to get better, and then once the listeners get involved in it, it's going to get better.
Yeah, when you start getting some people involved.
Obviously, this is the first one.
It's like we're basically having our own Nitro parties.
Yeah, it's
in
going to be great.
2018.
I wish.
Yeah, and I mean, I would not be opposed to having a Nitro party every week, and then filming a little bit of it, posting it, and being like, "Oh, we're having a Nitro party."
That's pretty cool.
But yeah. This is I'm really pumped for these guys. Your wife is now texting me about
something about
Halo Top. I told her about the peanut butter cup Halo Top, and now she said something about a peanut butter cherry one.
Oh.
I'm now currently 1 week into no dairy.
Dairy free.
Yeah.
Puff's here, newfound paleo brother.
Yeah.
How's that going?
Or it's keto, right?
Keto. I'm sorry.
How's that going, Puff?
What is it? What's the difference? What is the difference between keto and paleo?
I don't know what paleo is, but I know keto is all no carbs.
No carbs.
That's
Paleo. Paleo's similar.
Paleo's like something. I mean, breaking kayfabe over here.
Oh, you're fine.
No, you're good.
Puff Marshall's dead.
I just walked in. I forgot. Paleo has something to do with eating things that caveman ate or something like that. Is that
it's a cave. They call it the
Paleolithic age.
Yeah, they call it the caveman diet.
I don't know. But
keto, you're just trying to stay carb free.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, and so far, what is today? The 5th?
Uh-huh.
It has been so far successful, but now I'm feeling the walls breaking down, and I really want to get some Aunt Rosie's Loganberry.
That's
definitely a very strange
request.
The one thing I want that's no carb, that has carbs, and I definitely can't, because there's many things that have carbs that wouldn't be that bad, but Aunt Rosie's Loganberry is just straight sugar, water, but it's the best thing on earth.
It's designed to give you diabetes.
Yeah.
All kidding aside.
Seriously.
It's horrible for you.
Loganberry is a buffalo drink. Is it is it kind of like grape based? I guess
it's Loganberry.
It's like a mix. Yeah. I think it's like a mix of a blackberry and a raspberry or something like that. I read it on.
I'm gonna say this, not to cut you off about that, but yeah, Loganberry is a weird thing. If you're in Buffalo, you should get Loganberry. It's great. It is technically a Loganberry, but it is a cross between.
You gotta try it.
A raspberry and a blueberry. It's very nice. Last night, I was trying to eat a grapefruit. I got a bunch of grapefruits, and I was going to eat a grapefruit with a little bit of sugar on top.
Yeah, they're very good for you.
And I couldn't find sugar, so I put a little honey on it.
Is it good?
Very nice.
See, I can't do grapefruit. I just can't. It tastes like expired fruit to me.
You can't do what?
Grapefruit.
Oh, really?
It tastes like an expired fruit.
Me and your it was funny. Laura last night was one of your 4 times working out yesterday. You left 4 different times to get a pump in. And we were talking, and she was like, yeah, sometimes he just makes things up, he doesn't like things, but then he eats it, and then he likes it.
What are you talking about?
Like Greek food. You like Greek food.
I like that one thing I get.
You like Greek food.
Not really.
Yes, you do. You like Greek
I like
food.
that one thing that
Every single time we go to the diner, you always order the Greek dinner. Every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like feta cheese. It has a bunch of that.
I have a feeling that I feel like if we didn't talk about feta cheese, you would have just ate it and it would have been fine. She says that she can't get you to go to a sushi place.
That's just me being cheap, actually, because
Well,
like,
yeah, sushi is kind of expensive.
and like you can get it from Wegmans and it's fucking delicious.
Of course, I love Wegmans sushi.
Yeah, and I'm like, and me being a fucking meathead, like it's hard for me to get stuffed on sushi. Like,
Yeah,
it's hard to eat a lot.
What's the beef with Greek food?
I don't know. I never really liked it much. But he introduced me to like one plate. That
It's
get.
literally just grilled meats, rice, and potato. Like it's everything.
everything
everything you eat.
That's pretty much what I got. So I guess it's cool.
And it was like really funny because Laura's
Maybe I
like,
just ordered it wrong before or something.
yeah. I always get him to try things, and then I see him eating this stuff and go like, "You eat that, obviously." And then I was like, "Yeah, we went and got like, we legit went and got like, went to a Greek place. You said I hate Greek food. We go to a Greek place. You get the Greek dinner." And then realize while I'm like watching you eat it, I'm like, this is literally everything he eats. Like I see you eat all the time, and you eat chicken, rice,
just
potatoes.
like I think before I might have ordered it wrong. So I think now I get the sauce on the side or something, and like no fetid cheese.
No, you like the sauce.
Yeah, I like it on the side.
You do like the sauce.
What is this? Is it the oil sauce
Yeah,
or
it's
is it?
olive oil? Olive oil is great.
It's literally just olive oil.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just healthy fats, pretty much.
it's like olive oil and a little bit of vinegar.
No, yeah, I can do Greek restaurants now.
Yeah, you like Greek food.
I like Greek food. I guess.
There you go.
Now,
Yeah, no.
for the last 35 years of my life, I
37 years was a
couldn't
rough,
do it.
Was a rough
I
go.
feel like
but
I could make grapefruit work for you.
I've tried the sugar thing. Because I'll read up about the benefits of it and like
Yeah.
grapefruit juice. I just can't do it, man.
I love it.
Do you like oranges?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I kind of feel like that they're similar. I mean, grapefruit's a little different, but
It's just real like
It's real bitter, and
Tart.
you can't eat melons.
I don't
Wes
like
can't
melons.
do melon
the green melon.
in general.
Any melon.
Really?
Cantaloupe,
Oh, I like
watermelon.
cantaloupe.
Too sweet for him.
Oh, you can't do watermelon either.
No.
What's
I got
the
a
sweetest
weird,
thing?
for me,
Yeah, like in what is like something that you would eat? It's like just a very sweet thing.
that I can eat or can't eat.
That like, what's the sweetest thing you eat?
I mean, I eat
Candy?
I eat a lot of ice cream. I don't eat a lot of candy,
Yeah.
but I have a weird like I can't eat wheat bread because
Yeah.
it's sweet. Like
Yeah.
sweet potatoes, like I literally put it in my mouth and it makes me like pucker, like somebody's sucking on like
Yeah.
a sour warhead type thing. or
From
something
a
like
sweet
that.
potato.
Yeah, it's weird, but
Yeah.
like same thing with melons, like cantaloupe, regular watermelon, honeydew, that kind of shit.
Too much,
Just-
man.
Yeah, very weird.
I
It's like Greek food.
I got a tad bit of bad news.
Oh,
I
boy.
don't think we're gonna make the 920
Yeah.
Itania.
9:30. Yeah, I was.
Oh, is it 9:30?
I was thinking about bailing on it anyways
Okay.
because I have not slept. Bigelow has been the biggest needy dog in the world. Yesterday,
I like
he
where the
had
story's going.
He had me up at 3:30 in the morning yesterday, and I almost just watched Wrestle Kingdom live. And then this morning,
Does he just have to go to the bathroom, or he just wants to hang out?
he just gets needy. He just wants to hang. He literally steps on my face at like 4 in the morning.
It's cool.
Steps on my face, and then he does this
real
fucking
cool.
thing where he wants to go under the covers. So he goes under the covers.
Yeah.
Then he gets up, leaves, comes back 10 minutes later, wants to get under the covers by stepping on my face. And he fucking did it the last 2 nights. I'm
Yeah.
fucking dead right now.
I gotcha.
I know if you close the door, will he scratch it?
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
it's fucking unrelentless, man.
That's a lot.
And it's probably because it's like cold or something. I mean, it's really cold, but
He probably just ate the leftover bologna sandwich that's in your shower. from
Yeah.
Zach.
yeah, my nephew,
to go outside.
My nephew's like living with me, and he's
He left a bologna sandwich in the
dude, he,
bathroom.
like,
beer can in the
a beer
shower.
can in the shower. And the worst part is like
That's a shit move.
here's the shittiest move. So the beer can is in the one corner, right?
Yeah.
And then his shaving cream is in the other corner.
Uh-huh.
And the one day I got in there, and he took the cap off the shaving cream and put it on the empty beer can.
Oh.
Which means he registered that there was an empty beer can there and put the cap on that.
Instead of throwing the beer can out.
Yeah.
That
And there's
sucks.
always a Tops bag behind the door. There's always like an empty Tops bag
Yeah.
or a Wegmans bag
Gotcha.
behind the door.
Yeah.
What if he just saves the beer for like multiple showers, so he just covers it with the shaving cream?
Yeah, that's all it is. It's like, I'm really nursing this one. Yeah,
cool.
Bigelow is killing me, and I want to go see I, Tonya though.
Yeah. Is it just 9:30?
9:30. We could make it.
What is an I, Tanya? Sorry, I'm.
I, Tonya is a movie
Tanya
about
Harding.
Oh, okay. With
that real hot chick.
Which I feel
what's her name?
From
Margot Robbie.
Oh, Margot. Yeah.
she played Suicide Squad. She played
Harley Quinn.
and Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
What a movie.
Yeah, we got a fucking we got an email from I got an email from MoviePass today, and I never did that. It just like recommended that movie.
Yeah, that's really strange.
Yeah, sweet. I think it's a sign, guys.
Guys, it's the internet.
It's 2017.
It's 27. Puff keeps calling me out because I keep going, guys, it's 2017.
It was the one day he referenced it like 3 times in 5 minutes.
So I was like, guys, it is 2017. It was definitely 2018.
I mean, it's only 5 days old.
Yeah.
Let's give it another month or
He's
two,
still
and then
got
it'll be
time.
2018.
He's still got time to cover yourself up.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, it's 2018. The Bills are in the playoffs.
Yeah, like
Things are cool, man.
We're literally living in an alternate universe where we just covered a 1997 Nitro. The Bills are in the playoffs.
Yeah, which actually is rough because, as we say that, this is going to come out next Thursday. We play in Jacksonville Sunday, so
Sunday, yeah.
we could be out ski by that time.
You don't know that.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that.
We might
Fuck
be
no,
in
man.
ski.
Yeah.
And it's snowing in Jacksonville for one of the first times ever, so like I think that's a
brothers ain't going to know how to handle it.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
2018. If you're not scratching, you're getting left behind.
That's what I'm saying.
If you're not letting them warm
If
up,
you're not scratching,
you're
You
out.
want to make money? You got to scratch, and that means scratch offs.
What's your guys' move? Do you start scratching them and then you let them warm up,
just
or
let
you
'em
just
warm up.
okay?
Just let 'em hang.
Buy
You
'em,
buy 'em,
just
you
let
let
them
'em
hang
hang
out
a
for a little bit, let them warm up.
you almost in your head forget about it,
Yeah.
and then like you're just, what's hanging on top of the fridge?
Yeah. Oh
It's
shit.
that scratch.
Yeah, you got to put them in the oven.
A quick hundo. That's what's
Right.
waiting up
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Got to put the bun in the oven. Warm her up a little bit.
It makes total sense.
He just bought a new one. He bought some new guy on the way here.
New game today.
Yeah.
Do you know all the games that are out already?
No, he just looks.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I walk in and it says new on the machine,
Oh yeah, you have
in.
to. Yeah, I'm sold.
there's no way I can't.
What's the most expensive ticket you ever bought?
I mean, the most expensive ones they make are 30s.
Yeah.
But me and Andy have the discussion all the time. If I could walk in
Yeah.
and put $1,000 down and buy a scratch ticket, I would do it.
Absolutely.
There's no limit.
This is like 2-1. They have a $50.
Oh, in Texas,
in
right?
Texas.
Okay. Of
And
course.
I spent $300 on it. I legit just put $300 down. Didn't win a goddamn cent
fuck.
off of it.
I hate hearing
The other
that.
one is. Do you
God, I hate
remember?
hearing that.
Okay, so I put $2,500 aside when Wes and I went to Vegas. I was like, I'm going to spend $2,500. That's it. Like,
Yep.
if I get to that point, blah blah blah. And I had $500, and we had like 30 minutes. And I was like, I want to see how fast I could lose $500.
Oh fuck.
And just went into the high limit room, put it in a machine, and it was 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It was like, boom, and I was
Fuck.
done and gone.
I think it was 5 pulls.
Fuck.
gone.
Like it was a $50 machine, two credits a pull.
Yep.
Bing, 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 done.
It's
And we were gone, leaving back to the hotel, back to Orange County.
Yeah. We were there 3 days.
God.
Had the worst buffet dinner I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, you're a little sick off it.
Well, we were there for Christmas,
Yeah, which is sweet.
and everything like that was good was like a 3-hour wait.
Oh.
So there was this thing called the Big Belly Buffet at the
Well,
Monte
there's
Carlo.
The big one, the one that we wanted to go to is Wicked Spoon.
and
Wicked
that's at
Spoon
the
is
Cosmopolitan.
yeah, and it's like supposed to be the best buffet on earth. Like it's supposed to be like just great, and the
Yeah.
line is always like.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Is Vegas like a hotbed on Christmas Day? Is there
Well,
a lot
we
of people
thought
there?
it was gonna. But I was like, because we were there, it was like we were in Orange County. We didn't want to like we didn't want to like be in the way of like the violent gentleman dudes and stuff like that.
Yeah, doing
So
family
we were
stuff.
like, let's just go to Vegas. Fuck it.
Yeah.
One, it took us a long time to get to Vegas.
Yeah,
Like
traffic was crazy.
crazy. And then when we got there, like it was just packed.
That's sweet.
Like everybody goes to Vegas on Christmas.
yeah. I remember working at the airport. A lot of people would fly to Vegas on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
It was like cheap.
But yeah, so we got ripped on the buffet that we wanted.
Yeah.
Apparently they have like everything at that buffet. Like you get bone marrow at that buffet. It's for real. Like it's like
Yeah. It's a
you know, there's nothing you can't get at that buffet.
Gotcha.
So our last resort was the Big Belly Buffet,
Didn't
which
work
was
out.
basically like a low level Ponderosa. For those that want to know,
Fuck,
Did we
man.
go to? Where did we stay?
we stayed at the Flamingo,
Oh yeah,
which was pretty cool.
yeah.
It looks, I mean, it just looks like 80s Vegas. Like,
Oh, okay.
If you watch Casino,
Yep.
I mean, that's just
Yeah.
what it looks
Is
like.
it in Old Vegas?
It's right on the strip.
Okay, because
Yeah,
that's
it's not an old town.
I actually did a wrestling show in Old Vegas. And it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
This is the only time I've been to Old Vegas. It was great.
What's Vegas Wrestling Brothers, the tag team? Mohawk guy and
Reno Scum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're from Reno, not Vegas, but
Yeah. Well,
same thing.
Yeah, but they work out there a lot. It's their territory. Was that it?
What was
I thought you were going somewhere with that.
No,
Got a nice day at the spa.
oh
Yeah.
man.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Spot at the Venetian. Good time.
$38.
You got a new spot though, right?
Oh yeah.
What's the new spot?
The new spot is
MGM?
No, it's Mandalay.
Oh, Mandalay Bay. Yeah.
Mandalay Bay has the sickest spa in the world, and you kind of have to grease them a little bit. So like when you go there, they're like, "Hey, you really can't. You have to be like you have to be staying at the hotel
Okay.
to get the spa." And then you go, "Listen, it's $38 to get in there.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll give you 50.
Uh-huh.
You know, old Vegas ways. They put it under they put it under a book,
That's sweet.
and then let you in, and you get to go in.
Because let's end on this. Now, don't you have a thing where you always tell bands like,
Oh, yeah.
because if you come into Vegas, you usually get in like the morning,
Yeah, so-
instead of getting a hotel.
Yeah, Vegas is one of those places where it's a little out of the way. So like, you know, usually if you play San Diego or you play Orange County or LA, sometimes like the next show will be Vegas, and it's a pretty. I think the drive isn't that bad, but it's a drive where like you could drive the whole way, but it's like 5 hours or something like that. So like you get there and it's always like early in the morning, so it's like too late to like check into a hotel, but it's too early to check into a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So the gimmick is you go to the Venetian for $38. You take care of yourself. They have beds right there where you can fall asleep.
Yeah.
And you get the pass all day. So like you can literally come and go as you please.
Yeah.
As many times as you
said
want.
they have like saunas, they have fucking
yeah.
massage,
It's awesome.
like whatever.
Anything. I mean,
Yeah.
there's like there's a room that you can go in where it snows.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Like literally it's like a snow globe. That's what
Fuck.
it looks like. There's steam sauna, dry sauna, eucalyptus sauna, which is real nice.
What's a eucalyptus sauna?
Oh, it's like imagine like a steam sauna.
Yeah.
But it has like menthol vapor
Oh,
in it.
man.
It
So,
just
like,
cleans you
exfoliates
right
you.
the fuck
Yeah.
out.
Just go fucking balls out in that
Oh,
shower.
Yeah. Take it out the whole time.
And then they got a little, if you like when you take a shower after,
Uh-huh.
they have like a little secret eucalyptus spray.
You gotta
if you go
ask
to the
for it.
counter and ask for it,
Oh,
they'll like vaporize your
Really?
shower, dude. It's nice.
Yeah.
That's
You
really,
take a shower and
nice.
exfoliates
that's
while you shower.
fucking great.
Yep.
I love that you got to ask for it.
You do.
You got to
Yeah.
know about it. Yeah.
And there's like a guy that like he always
Elvis.
tells you this, Elvis, and he tells you this story about how he used to be like 400 pounds, but now he weighs like 180.
From hanging out in there.
Yeah, he's
Gotcha.
just like, oh, you want the spray? Yeah, don't tell anyone. And then he comes in and he gives you the spray.
That's
or
fucking
whatever.
great.
And then,
Yeah.
Russian guys talk about the same
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
American guys talk
So like
about.
that was the thing. We were like in there, and like there's these Russian dudes. It's kind of just bring Tug Talk into this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like there were some like Russian dudes in there, and they're like speaking Russian the whole time. And like me and Wes, I was like, "Yo, do you think they're just like talking about like fucking?" Like like these guys are obviously party dudes.
Yeah.
Like they were definitely like party dudes.
Like we're sitting there talking about fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
And you're in Vegas.
Just wondering, like, does this translate to other culture?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like we were in there for a while, and like we go do the rounds again, go in the snow room, do the thing, blah 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 blah. We end up back in there like an hour later, and we're all in there, or whatever like that. And then literally just they start talking in English, and he's like, "I fucked the girl's throat," and he just kept talking about fucking a throat. And he was like, "I fucked his throat," blah blah blah, and we were like, "Whoa, he's really doing it." And then, like I almost feel like the fourth wall was broken, and they like looked at us and were like, "Yeah, you're guys, we do talk about
Exactly.
Really doing it.
Yeah.
We're all on the same page.
But like we weren't talking like that at all. It was just like, oh man, like I hung out with this girl like last month. And
Yeah.
she's really
You
hot.
guys weren't talking about ravaging throats.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
These guys are like, I fucked their throat.
I mean, well, think about it, those guys are here from like another country and they're in Vegas.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
to
going
them, it's
off.
yeah, you're going real hard.
Yeah.
Huge pop, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I just figured they were talking about whatever.
I've had so many cool conversations in spas though. Like we went and did me and Mitch. Mitch is like you grew up with Mitch and you know Mitch, so like. Mitch is like one of those people that once you get the endorphins going, you
I
can
love to
talk
say
him.
it's got to be like good timing.
You can talk him into anything.
Yeah, if yeah.
So my plan was we were on tour with Knocked Loose, Harm's Way, and Eternal Sleep. My thing was like, yo, let's we did really well on that tour. I was like, let's take the dudes out. Let's offer the fact that we're going to put $500 up. So I put up $250. He puts up $250. When we take, we put $500 down on a really nice meal for whoever wants to come. And I think we probably threw in more. I want to say like each of us threw in like $300 for this meal. So we started to go to this place called Delmonico. It's like one of the best steakhouses in Las Vegas. So we go there, and I'm like, man, like Mitch can either one take this like hook, line, and sinker, or he could bail on it completely and be like, you're an idiot, like for wanting to do this. So I get him. He drives overnight because he's a degenerate gambler. He gambles so much.
Oh yeah.
And he drove the whole time. He drove the entire time. So
he just wanted to get there so bad.
And I think he did like 6 hours like overnight, and then like started falling asleep at the wheel. And I took over the last like hour and a half.
Yeah, gotcha.
So like we didn't sleep. I sat shotgun with him, and I get there and I'm like, yo, let's go straight. We were gonna try out the Caesar spa, so I was like, let's go to the Caesar spa because they have a cold pool. So like they have like a hot pool, warm pool, steam sauna, dry sauna. Like it was fucking great. And then there's a cold pool, and I know that how the human body works. It's like
exactly the hot to cold.
You get your immune system, or not immune system. You get your endorphins going, and then once you go in that cold thing, it's just a rush, and like all the endorphins in your body go, they go crazy. And then I was like, I got them.
Yep.
So we're sitting in this steam sauna, and there's like 3 dudes already in there, and the one dude is like a 6'5" homosexual man, and he's talking about how him and his husband are there and blah blah blah, and like me and Steve are just in the corner and we're just being quiet, and then I know he just like looks at us and he goes, "And what's your guys' story?" And we were like, "Oh hey, just 2 guys playing in bands." Turns out the guy worked for MTV from 1986 to about 1998.
I love that shit.
And had the sickest stories.
Yeah.
Like told us a story about how he was with he was with Guns N' Roses in fucking Brazil.
Fuck.
In the heyday, like right after Appetite for Destruction, like Use Your Illusion era.
Yeah.
And they're on the top floor, so they have a suite. And basically, fans found out that they were there and just rushed them and were coming up the fucking stairs. They had to like fly a helicopter in. Jump into a helicopter and go, and it's this guy and Adam Loader, and they're in this helicopter, and they had to like rush him out of there because these people were gonna like kick the door down just to be near Guns N' Roses.
That's so.
And this dude's in there, and they're all on like talk comms, like you can't hear each other because it's like going, so you're on like a microphone.
Yeah.
And like Adam Loader and
Kurt Loader.
Sorry. Kurt Loader and this guy are like talking, and Kurt Loader's like, "This is how bad movies start. This is gonna go down, and all it's gonna say is the rock stars are dead, not the 2 guys that work for some stupid fucking like TV channel." Blah, blah. And he's like telling these. He had so many good stories, and basically he was like he was in charge of, dressing people. He was like wardrobe.
Oh, okay.
Like he was like the lead like wardrobe guy. So the guy's huge. He's like 6'5", tall, skinny dude.
Yeah.
And his like husband is like this like
Little,
160-pound like Spanish dude.
There it is.
And he's like looking through the window, and like this guy's just like, oh shit, like I gotta go. Like he's really mad. But we were like at this point in time, like when you're in a steam sauna.
Yeah.
Like we were just listening to stories, so we were there, but we were dying. Like I thought I was gonna fucking pass out.
Yeah, because you're.
And I'm just like listening. I'm like, oh god. Like,
yeah.
So we get out when he does, and mind you, you're like dick out.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that too.
You're basically like naked. And
it's very bonding.
We're like standing there, and this guy's like husband's like standing there looking at us, and we give this guy the most embraced hug. Just asshole naked, just dick to dick.
Yep.
Hug him. And while this guy's like husband's looking, and then like Mitch gives him a hug or whatever like that. And it was like the most uplifting like conversation.
Fuck, man.
We jump in the hot tub.
Yep.
Like the guy takes off. We jump in the hot tub. We jump in the warm tub. Jump in the hot tub, and I go, let's go to the cold tub. We go in the cold tub. Get in the cold tub, and you could see him go, like Mitch go from like
7 to 15
to just Mitch.
Yeah.
And then we go back in the hot tub. I'm sitting there. I'm like, yo, tonight, let's lay $600 down for the boys. On a nice meal. Let's throw the text message out to the other band spot, and he's like, fuck yeah, I'll throw more money in. And he's just like all in. At that point I was like, fuck yes, I got him.
Great timing.
Like we took like us. It was I think us. None of the guys in Eternal Sleep decided to take some like bullshit route, and they got stuck in a snowstorm. Instead of like going to Vegas, they tried to take some like dumb thing. Joe, their singer's like a super penny pincher, which is great.
Yeah,
and he decided to like save gas. It was like, dude, if you would have just came to Vegas, you would have been fine. And there was like more. Mitch, of course, has like comped rooms.
Yeah.
So like everybody had like a comped room.
Fuck yeah.
What's his bud? Vegas Dave. Or he's
got
like
something like Vinny Vegas.
Carl Anderson is one of those guys too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
So yeah,
Vegas.
we ended up taking out like it was like I don't think anyone. Oh no, I think PacSun came from Knocked Loose. And that was it. And I think like Knocked Loose went to eat at like Del Taco. Like they ate at Del Taco, and then it was like a majority of Harm's Way, which was great, and we all had it. It was like one of the best meals. And it's funny because every once in a while I'll get a text from like the singer of Harm's Way, like, "Yo, do you remember how good that meal was?"
Yeah,
and it was like fantastic.
Like you said, because you guys were having a kick-ass tour, everybody's making money. Like it's just fucking.
Yeah, it was just a good tour, and like
yeah.
Like I said, like that never happens. Like when you get a bonus from any type of bonus is nice.
Yeah.
Even like a smart gesture from like gesture. Sorry, not a jester. Smart gesture. Gesture from like the headlining band or something like that. They give you this thing. It's pretty rad. You know what I mean? And I thought that was like, oh man, this is classy, and like they'll go back and be like, oh, those dudes are pretty cool. Like,
yeah, like you said, they still remember it.
Of course.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Very cool.
So, moral of the story: only cool stuff happens if you're in a Vegas spa.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to join us for the Kickin' Ass Vegas Spa Tour weekend, we're taking reservations now.
Sign me up.
Yeah, Jericho has that cruise. We're going to do a spa tour.
We're doing a spa weekend.
Vegas
There's
spa tour.
nothing except for just us hanging out, dick out in spas. Yeah.
So if you want to feel real good about your dick, just come hang out with us for the weekend.
Well, no. So the next thing I'm going to say, then you'll feel real embarrassed about yourself. So say we could probably get Frankie the Mobster in on this. If we can get him in the States.
He's not getting in the States.
The problem is
give it a little time.
That guy has just a police nightstick in his pants.
Could you imagine like the amount of energy he would have like with all of us around? Like
I bet you we wouldn't even see him. He's like
Probably,
the type of guy that would come back missing a kidney.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
I was like betting. I lost all my money and I just put my kidney up and I lost.
He's the best.
for sure.
Amazing human being. Well, so maybe we should talk about one last thing. Butcher and the Blade are wrestling in Sarnia for Smash. I think everybody in this room, minus Wes, I think we're all wrestling in Sarnia. You're wrestling, right, Kevin? Yeah. So Kevin's wrestling in Sarnia. You and I are wrestling in Sarnia.
January, I think it's January
19th.
January 19th, Sarnia. Is that Ontario?
No, Puff.
I don't think Puff's
What
It is
happened?
Ontario.
Puff's not wrestling in Sarnia.
Puff's just getting started. He's just getting rolling.
Then the next day, Butcher and the Blade make our ESW debut
In Andy's hometown.
on January 20th, North Tonawanda, and we're going to kick some ass.
January 20th, Empire State Wrestling. January 19th, Smash Wrestling. Come check us out, guys. That'd be fucking
And then
sweet.
the 28th in London. And then January 28th in London.
Yes. January 28th, same thing. Smash Wrestling, London, Ontario.
Yep. And it's going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah. Check it out, guys. Please.
Yeah.
Keep reaching out to us on Twitter.
Remember, send us questions for these Nitros when you watch them.
Yeah,
the next Nitro will be number 70.
Yeah, we'll put that up more in advance.
January 13th, 1997.
Yep.
Fresh rewind.
Puff was, 6 weeks old?
12 months old.
He's just got some fingers up. So he's this many
12 weeks old.
12 weeks old. Puff is 12 weeks old at this point in time.
Andy was like 12 months out of high school.
Yeah. That's very old.
So put it in perspective.
That's great.
A year out of high school.
Yeah.
12 months.
Wow.
All right. Well, that's it.
Hit him with the closer.
Sure. The heat's in the ring, brother.
Happy New Year, guys. Thanks.